You are now listening to a 302 Birds podcast experience, proudly powered by Tick Pick, Cutbet, El Diablo Burritos, Nick's Pizza, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street.
Philly sports fans, I hope you guys made your parlays yesterday. I hope you guys took those Bryce Harper over homers. I hope you took that Sixers money line yesterday and stack it with that Phillies money line. Because, oh my God, the rough patch is over. Praise the Lord. What do they say after Easter? Is it hallelujah? You're allowed to say that or something? I'm a pretty bad Catholic. Jack, help a brother out. You went to Catholic school longer than me. Maybe, Tom?
He has risen.
Right.
He has risen.
He has risen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That's it. That's the good Catholic I was looking for. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Praise Delco. Praise Delco. Anyway, all jokes aside, hallelujah. The rough patch is over. We have a jam-packed show for you guys tonight, as always, talking about Bryce Harper knocking the absolute crap out of those balls last night. Joel Embiid's return to the Sixers and how energizing that's been. Reed Blankenship's new contract, WrestleMania, and the WWE coming to Philadelphia for pretty much a whole week straight, and how much fun that's going to be with that crowd. Isaiah Rodgers and what kind of impact he's going to have for our Birds this year. And last but not least, we're going to debate what is more important to this city, a World Series title or a Super Bowl, our Phillies or our Eagles. We'll get to all that in a second. But without further ado, we have a really, really awesome call-in for you guys tonight that I want to get to and not hold that up. So let's hit Jack's call-ins.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is. But their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302 Birds sent you. God bless. Go Birds.
Thank you to El Diablo Burritos for that sponsorship. Like it said in the video, if you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo. It's better than Chipotle. Tonight's call we have is Mitch Kofsky. How you doing tonight, Mitch?
I'm doing good, but after seeing that, it's making me kind of hungry.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie.
sure.
It makes me kind of hungry.
If you're in Delaware, you got to pop in and get some Diablo. I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm in.
Out of this
I'm in. I
world.
got you.
What question do you have for us tonight?
So I got to start off with Sixers and Joel Embiid. Him coming back last night, him carrying the team in the fourth quarter, taking all the load. Do you see the Sixers making a run to like the playoffs or even past the second round? That's my question to you guys.
So what? They're in 8th place right now, right?
They're in 8th, yes.
So they, kind of close to that, playing game. I don't know because they've had a rough patch the past month and a half, 2 months, and I get it. Embiid's been out, and he's trusting Embiid, but at the same time, it's like, can you put that much trust into Embiid? Because it's not just Embiid; it's the whole team and him playing around Embiid. So I just kind of want to see, how these next couple of weeks go, and then I'll have a right judgment. If you were to ask me again, because obviously, thinking positive, we wanted to hell yeah, like they're gonna make a run. But in reality, are they really? The Celtics are kind of hot right now, so we'll see.
Jack, let's face it. I think I think what we saw these last 2 months, as you kind of pointed out a little bit, is Joel Embiid definitely deserved the MVP because, well, this team I don't think could beat the Little Sisters of the Poor right now without him. They've looked god awful. It takes more than one person to win a championship. Like every team who's won over the last 3 or 4 years, like you have that surprise guy that shows up. Actually, surprise 2 or 3 guys. And it's because you need somebody to come off the bench who's going to be good. You need somebody to step up. Tobias Harris, all he does is turn it over. Or Maxey's a stud. But then who else do they got? Mo Bamba stinks. Buddy Hield doesn't live up to the hype. What else is there? They lose every game without him. It can't just be 100% on Joel Embiid. My dad made the joke the other night, and I was laughing at it. Hey, you see that Charles Barkley commercial recently where he's like at the pickup game in the elementary school?
Yeah.
He gets picked first overall. That's what they're like with Joel Embiid. It's just feed me the ball. That's apparently all they need. But how far is that going to get you? It's only going to get you maybe to the second round. And if they have to play a playing game, Joel Embiid's going to get hurt before then. And I just don't see them actually making a run. They might get past the first round. They're not getting past the second round.
What do you think, Mitch?
Give me 1 sec. Oh,
Yep.
So for me, honestly, and what I think is Tobias Harris. That's the guy for me. You pay this guy so much money, and it's 18 mil a year, right? That's more than that. It's 30. If he can score consistently and be that third option in the playoffs, then I can see it. I can honestly see it. It's coming from Tobias for me.
No, I like that you put that leadership on him because somebody needs to. I mean, it's been so frustrating as a fan with Tobias Harris, the ins, the outs, and somebody just really needs to step up because it can't always be Embiid. Luckily, Oubre last night seemed to be that guy. I would love if Oubre keeps filling that role sort of that he filled last night on this team. Keep him up on the minutes. The man has been on a tear. He's playing great basketball, and he's playing with a different personality and a different heart right now. This guy is playing with a different passion. I love this side of Kelly Oubre, and I really hope that it stays throughout the playoffs because if you have somebody like that to play with Embiid and Maxey, well, I hate to say it like this, but fuck Tobias because you won't need him as much then. And you were making the crumble cookie joke earlier, Mitch. I mean, that guy, everybody says about him, not being able to be worth a crumble cookie, right?
Yeah, this guy is not worth it at all. I mean, he airballed 2 times in a row last game. I mean, you give it to this guy and you see Kelly Oubre. I said this multiple times on my podcast, live play-by-plays. Kelly Oubre is the third best player on this team from start to finish. If it wasn't for Oubre, we wouldn't be where we are right now.
So Mitch, let me ask you this. Do you think, granted, Joel Embiid is a great player, turn of the century player. Do we start building more so around Maxey, or do we get Embiid out of here? Because we haven't really had a single season when Embiid isn't injured. So, and you see Maxey shine in moments when we need him most. So, what do you think we should do as a?
I think, honestly, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. For me, honestly, you got to stick it with Embiid. You got to stick it with him. If this guy is the best player on the floor every single night in the whole league, he's taking you places. He is. If you build around Maxey, I don't trust Morey. I don't trust Harris. Are they going to actually get the right pieces around Maxey? Yet to be seen. For me, I got to go with Embiid because this team right now, the team we got, everyone healthy, is the best team that Embiid has had, the deepest that he's had. So you got to stay with Embiid.
I agree. Ash, you got anything you want to say?
No, I totally agree. I think it was so fun to see them actually looking like they had fun last night. So I'm hoping that continues here moving forward.
Yeah.
Hope so too. And Mitch, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Please let everybody know where they can find you and where they can follow you at.
All right. So thank you for having me on. I'd love to be a part of this podcast again. You guys really know your stuff when it comes to Sixers, because when you go on Twitter, X, or social media, you can't talk to anybody. You just can't. So
Yeah,
for
agreed.
me, you can follow me on Mitch Toxie on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Philly Talk with MKYT, Hardcore Sports Network. That's the network I co-run, and as the Philly Sports. Shout out to them. So that's where you can find me.
Awesome. All right. Well, Mitch, enjoy WrestleMania, and hopefully we'll have you on the show sometime soon.
Of course, man. I'll be in touch.
Sounds good.
Sounds
Talk
good.
to you, buddy. Thank you, Mitch, for that. Nice having you on. Moving
So
on.
the weather hasn't really been the best
Sucks.
lately.
Depressing. Sad.
But last night, somebody really did not give a shit.
Time for Phillies talk with Bharp Tommy. Finger stitch.
And thank you to Nick's Pizza for a wonderful, wonderful sponsorship and pizza that they give. But Dutchie, as you alluded to, the weather outside might be frightful, but oh, was that bat ever so delightful?
Oh,
last night.
You were waiting for that all day, weren't you?
he wrote that
No,
down
I-
at the office today.
Believe it or not, I just thought of that about maybe a minute ago.
That's pretty
Mhm.
impressive.
Mr. Chat GPT.
I wish I don't have ChatGPT on this computer though, so I should. I have it on my other computer. But anyway, yeah, Bryce last night, stud, came out absolutely. Bryce Shiesty came out last night. He was wearing the Shiesty mask. He 3 homers. He got robbed on the one hit he almost had to center field. Which is kind of the epitome of his season leading up to last night's game. And he had solid contact with the ball. He just kept getting unlucky with all these unfortunate catches and hits. But absolute stud last night. 2 solo shots and a grand slam. 6 RBIs last night. He went from 125 OPS to over 1,000 OPS. As Bryce is back, baby. Bryce is ready to rip it and grip it again. And so far tonight, I know they were supposed to start at 1:00 and they didn't start till 8. He already has a base hit tonight too, so just keeping the hot streak going.
We are currently losing 2-0 at the moment, at the bottom of the 5th.
Yep, thanks
For those
to
keeping track at home.
2 unearned runs, thanks to Stoddy.
Yep.
Oh! I was going ape shit last night. I don't know if you guys saw my TikTok, but I was going absolutely bonkers. I'm not a fucking baseball fan at all. This hat, poser. This sweatshirt, not poser. Philly is a football city. We all know that. Everybody gets it. Phillies have been really making it fun to watch lately. Like yesterday when I was watching the game, I was like, all right, Bryce Shiesty, this bull is the only one who's connecting with the ball tonight. You know, this bull is the only one who's got it figured out. And then, like, Marsh comes out. Trey Turner had a decent game. Even Skinny Schwarber had a decent game. I forget what I was listening to today. I think it was a comedy. I think. Somebody is... No, it was fucking 97.5 The Fanatic. I swear to God. Somebody
like the
called in there today.
You might be the one person that still listens to them.
Well, I was watching on TV the greatest sports show of all time. Shout out to them. And somebody called in and they were like, all the Phillies look skinny as shit. I think that they took like Ozempic this offseason, like especially Schwarber. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why does that matter? They're like, did you see Schwarber's shoulders? Like, this is what they were like saying. Did you see Schwarber's shoulders in these pictures? It's like, no, I was just watching the team like play great fucking baseball last night. So the Phillies are back. Bryce Harper put this team on his back. And what he did is he ignited the fire under the rest of the team, under that ass. And he got this team ready to go. I'm excited. And Tom, Last thing I'm going to say, how hard is it to get me to watch a baseball game start to finish?
Extremely. And it's as hard as it is to get Hadenberg to learn how to play first base. If you get that movie reference, Dutch, I'd be surprised.
Fuck no, I don't get it. I
Moneyball.
have no clue.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome.
Anybody else got anything, Jack?
Harp is a dog. That's all I gotta say.
Well said. Well said. So, guys, next segment, making his debut back on the show, somebody that you guys have seen before. I want to welcome him back. My old fraternity brother. Fuck you, Jack. TJ.
You weren't in a fraternity. You
Shut
weren't
up,
in a
bitch.
fraternity.
We're brothers.
Yes, we were.
Brother. Hey, brother. Hey.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
Sorry for cussing.
Sorry for cussing. What's going on, guys? Always a pleasure to be on. How you guys doing tonight?
Great, man. It's good to see you again. How are things going for you?
Well, man, things are great in my world. Can't complain. Can't complain. Watched Bryce Harper hit a grand slam last night. So, yeah, man, life's good right now. Right now.
How about for these Sixers?
Just for now.
Coming back?
Yeah, well, see, that's why I say right now, because we got a couple things on the menu here. Some close finishes in terms of the Sixers and the Flyers at the end of their regular season. I'm happy to see Embiid back. I think, he is obviously I believe he is the biggest difference maker in basketball. He was last season. During his run before he got injured, he was clearly far and away best basketball player in the world. My unbiased opinion there, dropping 70 points on him, you know what I mean? And, looking ahead here at this Sixers schedule, we've got the Heat tomorrow. That's a huge game. We're a game and a half back on them. And then after that, we're playing mostly bottom feeders for the rest. We've got the Grizzlies, Spurs, Pistons, and Nets as, 4 of our last 5 games. So an incredible opportunity there for the Sixers to potentially jump up to maybe the 6th seed, maybe sneak in, play against the Grizzlies. Play against the Bucks in the first round, smack Doc Rivers in the teeth. I'm getting too excited just thinking about it. I'm tripping over myself thinking about it.
I like the sound of that, though. Doc Rivers first round, taking him down. That sounds good to me. What do you guys think?
So the Bucks don't scare you at all?
Not with Doc Rivers as their coach, man. That talent is going to be underutilized the same way ours was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to always think about that. But honestly, I think that they have the right amount of playmakers to overcome the coaching, almost like what the Eagles did at the beginning of the season last year before they went on their 6-game losing streak or whatever it was. So I think that could possibly happen. But yeah, Joel Embiid is back. He looks gassed. He looks out of shape. But he still had 24 points for not fully being healthy, which is ridiculous. So hopefully, they could sneak into the 6th spot and then make a run. Cinderella story.
Saying, you don't sound so confident. Are you not as confident in the Sixers? Why not?
Not at all. Because like you were saying about Tobias Harris, he's not worth a crumble cookie. He's really not. And it's just making it worse for them because if they ever want to trade him, what are they going to get for him? A bag of chips. They're going to get a bag of Hershey chips for him. That's it.
Bag of chips.
But Kelly Oubre, he's playing like a freak athlete. He's playing really good. Tyrese Maxey, dog. Joel Embiid's obviously back. But I just don't think that they have. Campaign's playing well too, but I just don't know if they have enough in the tank this year, just because of how long Embiid was out.
As long as they start the ultimate liability in Tobias Harris, they don't stand a chance.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that any potential run would be easy. Not getting that far ahead of myself. But I think there's a realistic shot if we can avoid the Celtics in the first round. There's a realistic shot that we can, win it in 6 or 7, get to the second round, and call it a good season. I know Embiid's got to ramp it back up, but I believe that's something he's capable of doing with the proper management. And like I said, out of these last few games that we've got here, some real what should be easy wins for us with Embiid back, continuing to get to that level of play he was at earlier in the season. But yeah, definitely not easy by any means. No way.
I think if this was last season when Embiid was out for this long, having Doc Rivers as the head coach, I think it's a different scenario. Now having Nick Nurse as the head coach, I think there's still a bright future for these Sixers because just to see how Nick Nurse, you know, back against the wall can get through this diversity with having him beat out for so long and making a run. So I'm more confident in Nick Nurse being the head coach to make this run than I am per se, if Doc Rivers was still the head coach. So I'm kind of 50-50 with this. Granted, like TJ said, it's not going to be an easy run at all, but I'm still kind of confident that, having Nick Nurse as that head coach, I think is a better fit than having Doc Rivers in this situation.
But I mean, Joel Embiid though. I know that he wanted to come back, and I know that he was like because the Sixers are struggling without him. But you see him with his hands on his knees at the end of the court. He's just gassed. Like, why would you come back if you're not in shape, healthy, and on these days off, you got to go work out, run all day until you know. He's not out of shape to the point where he can't play, but it's kind of embarrassing to come back, not healthy.
I think for me, it's almost like fresh legs too. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I feel like there's almost like an advantage to him coming in later in the season. Like when I was listening, shout out to the Anthony Gargano show, PHLY, and he was saying, I really think that there's an advantage to him coming in when all these other guys are gassed and he's coming in fresh legs, well rested. And he has a chance that if he can get hot and get momentum, he can we've seen what he can do alone. You know what I mean? With Maxey at his side, but pretty much the Joel Embiid show. We've seen what he can do. So I have no doubt that he can carry us through the first, second, maybe even third round of the playoffs, him just being him. Yeah, I'm that. If he is fully healthy, though, that's the thing. So is he ready? Is he not? We'll see if they rush it. But I like also what they also said on the show, which is like, fuck it. Don't you want to try it? Like, don't you want to see? You never really know. Really, you never know in sports. So why not give it a shot? It's not probable, but the clock is ticking on Embiid. So I would hate to look back on it and be like, oh, we didn't try that. At this point, it seems like we're just married to him, right? Like, he ain't going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. So I would rather just, if that's the case, I want to take every chance I get every year at a championship. And hopefully one of those years I'll cash out and hit the lottery. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
TJ, you got anything else you thinking or?
Well, as it relates to the Sixers, no. I think we've just about covered everything. It really all falls on Embiid. He's got to ramp it back up. There's a fine line between well rested and out of shape. So obviously he's got a path. His path to recovery is still continuing, even though he is back and playing. But like I said, effectively for these last 5 games that the Sixers are going to play following the Heat, they've got the Heat tomorrow. 5 games thereafter, 4 of the last 5 for him are basically practice teams. So I think there's opportunity there for him to get work in, and get ready, playoff ready. And like you guys were saying earlier, a playoff run looks a lot more feasible possibly next season if we have a healthy Embiid and no Tobias on the roster. So there's another interesting point. But, we don't want to play the waiting game too long because, Embiid has an injury history and he's only getting older. So, let's make a run, let's do it.
Why not? Why not? Why not give it a try? I like that attitude. See? Somebody's with me, guys. Fuck the rest of you.
That's my brother.
I'm 50-50. So
50, like you, Jack. Like not the CK though, but like you, like 50% of that.
All right, your fake fraternity.
Yeah, fuck you again. That's a full fuck you. TJ, we want to thank you for coming on and joining us. Hopefully we can get you on here more often as the Sixers make this playoff run that we're going to hopefully see. And we'll catch you soon, man. Thank you for always jumping on with us.
Oh yeah, guys, anytime. Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to talk to the 302 Birds fam. Take care, guys.
Thank you, TJ. Have a good one.
Thank you.
See you, brother. Love that, man.
Bye,
Fuck
brother.
yourself, Jack. Go fuck yourself. Fucking saying we're in a fake fraternity.
Hey, a
Do your
a
fucking thing.
brotherhood with some letters is a fraternity in my eyes.
Yeah, even if it only existed for like 3 months for unspeakable reasons. Stop laughing at me, Jack. Instead, laugh at this new deal that we're giving Reed
In
Blankenship.
other words, Schwarber just hit a home run.
Yes, he did.
Hell yeah.
So
Sure bomb.
Or was it a
getting
solo?
texts from other people in my household.
Yes.
So
Thank God. We
That's
needed
exciting.
that.
Sure
No
bomb.
outs either. Turner's up. So hopefully live
LA
something
deal
changes.
Okay,
But
so
I'm not
Steven
about this contract for Reed Blankenship, guys. I think it's not the best. I don't really like Reed Blankenship that much. Not as a person. I love him as a person. Just I thought after last year, from what I saw, I was like, okay, the Eagles need to move on from this guy. They need to draft him. I like him as a backup. Don't like him as a starter. What you're paying him is starter money. So for me, I think that you could be a little bit wiser with your money. I think you could draft somebody. I think you could go get somebody that's a little bit older. Hell, I think you could even take some of these really good cornerbacks that you have. You have a plethora of them and move one of them to safety that's smart enough. So I just don't really think that Reed Blankenship is a wise decision there. The guaranteed money is like, it's whatever. But I feel like Reed Blankenship can be a little bit of a fluke player at times. Like, it's like, okay, he was in the right place, right time. Any other player could have made that. So I'm not crazy about this contract. Tell me what you guys think.
I have to disagree with you. I think with the reason why we have this hatred towards him is because of last season. Didn't play the greatest, but he still played pretty well. 113 tackles, 3 interceptions. Like, he played very decent for a shitty defense coordinator. And I think with Vic Fangio at the helm being the DC now, I think you'll see a night and day difference from how he played last season. I mean, his rookie season played really well, and then last season kind of fell off the path. But I think with Vic Fangio, I think he's the right person to be in that locker room with him, teaching him different ways to be a better player. So, I mean, it's not that much money. You know what I mean? It's what? Fully guaranteed $3.9 million, guaranteed meaning if he hits certain incentives and things like that. So, I mean, I think we'll see how it goes for this next season, and then we can kind of judge it from kind of compare last season and this season to see what we should do with him. But I'm all for this.
I think the important part here with this contract is you got rid of Reddick. I would have personally probably used more of this money to try to keep Reddick, but knowing that Reddick's going, you need somebody who's going to be your tackler in the secondary, because let's face it, we're not going to get to the quarterback as much, at least as it seems right now. The young guys are still improving. The young guys looked gassed this last 7 games of the season. So I don't know how steady they're going to be for a full season. Then you have him. Hopefully Sidney Brown can come back at some point next year. Or, like, he's your leading tackler. I get it. For 2 more years, 3.9. You're not tying up the money for that long, really. It's not an awful deal. But I get your point, Dutch. I would have rather used the money to try to keep Reddick, who's been arguably and almost to the point of it's not even an argument, it's just a fact, your best defensive player over the last 2 seasons. So I agree with you there, though, Dutch, of like, I probably would have spent my money somewhere else like there. That being said, he's been your decent secondary guy. It's an unfortunate state of affairs when a safety is your leading tackler. He should not be your leading tackler one way or another, but he has been. That facts are facts, So I think
in all fairness, everybody forgot how to tackle at the end of the year last year. Like, he wasn't the only one.
No, I mean, except for him, he's the only one that did remember how to tackle.
So, I mean, for me, with Reed, I hope that I'm wrong on this. At this point, it's one of those things. It's a contract. You're married to him now. So I hope that this take ages like sour milk for me, and I hope I'm wrong on it. But it's one of those things I unfortunately don't think I'm going to be wrong on. Anybody else have anything else to say about Reed Blankenship? Can we get to the
Yeah.
fun topic?
Yeah. No, we'll get to the fun topic just real quick. I do think. I mean, it's a good signing. I thought it was only a 1-year contract, 2 years. I mean, it's not crazy deal. 3.9 million. That's not. I mean, that's fully guaranteed. That's not that much money. You're taking a risk on him, but yeah, I think he adds a lot to this defense, especially for being an undrafted rookie. I think he has a lot of potential still.
Like I said, I hope that take ages like sour milk for me. If you guys didn't know, this is a very special weekend upcoming in Philadelphia. WrestleMania is coming back to Philadelphia this weekend. Philadelphians, South Jerseyans, really all New Jerseyans, I should say, Delawarean, the whole area is freaking juiced, hyped. And one man in particular that maybe has his toes in the sand in Sea Isle City right now is getting ready. Adelco, I don't know if I would call him a native.
Well,
he's
he
not
is
native.
now.
Resident, yeah.
Native
Adelco
is
resident.
if you were born there, Tommy, and he's born in Cincinnati.
Ohio,
So
New Heights, Ohio.
yeah,
Oh!
Cleveland.
How do you
Yeah,
know
so-
that? I wonder.
I wonder.
You're wrong.
Point being, though, gentlemen, it's fucking WrestleMania.
Yes.
WrestleMania is coming to the King City. He's gonna fucking kick somebody's ass in a mummer's suit. Mark my words, he's gonna be fucking running around the ring, clotheslining a motherfucker in the fucking mummer suit. Hey, hey. And then when he's done kicking somebody's ass, he's gonna pick up the microphone and he's gonna go ape shit. I would not be shocked. Calling it now. I'm usually good at calling this shit. Fuck you, Jack.
No, you're not.
Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce will have a tag team match unannounced. They'll just fucking come into the ring as a tag team duo unannounced and start kicking somebody's ass. I do not know who. I do not know when. I know Jason Kelce is going to definitely make an appearance. I have that definitely in mind. Like, that is a marketing slam dunk. If you miss on that, shame on you. But to have Travis in it too, it's almost like it's a fucking layup. It's just like teed up.
So, I think Lane Johnson will be there too. He's a big wrestling fan. And yeah, I mean, he carries around the belts and stuff like that. Like, he follows Stone Cold. Stone Cold is my favorite wrestler of all time. I used to be heavy into wrestling when I was younger and kind of shied away from it. But I have some friends going to WrestleMania. I did want to go, just out of the price range for both nights. It's like $2,500. So yeah, not spending that on WrestleMania when I could watch it on TV. But that being said, I do think that he will be doing some sort of act. I don't know if it's going to be wrestling or just coming out in general, but it's going to definitely be a good weekend for some wrestling, especially in the King City, like Dalton said. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely I'm gonna go over the Kelce appearance. I
didn't even
think
give you the odds yet. Do you want the odds?
Sure.
Okay. Tell me what you think of these odds that I gave. I said Kelce to make an appearance -1 or plus 120. Plus 150. Sorry, plus 150. Kelce to not make an appearance -120. So take plus 150 to make an appearance or -120 to not make an appearance. I'm taking plus 150 all day.
Taking the
I'm taking the over.
Not to be a fanboy, but like they talked about wrestling on their show, like, I don't know, a month and a half ago. Not regarding this, but just in general. So I think it being in Philadelphia, he's definitely making an appearance. And like Sean said, there may be a little rumble going on between him and somebody else, like an act or whatever. Because I mean, this is Jason Kelce's city, 100%. He's going to make an appearance. And I'm sure he's gonna have an entourage of Eagles players there too. So I'm excited. I think it's gonna be. I'm not sure what's gonna be on, but I know our buddy, me and Tommy, Dalton, Tommy, and Dalton's buddy is gonna go to the show with his dad. So he's really hyped about it. Justin Hollenball.
Nah.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be an
Oh, you
exciting
guys
event.
going?
I'm not going. Hell no.
I was
No.
about
We
to
should
say.
tailgate though,
But-
or if you guys want to come
so-
over and maybe we can all pay-per-view it. If you guys want
Yeah,
to watch
see,
it
my
in the
my
studio,
friend's
maybe.
coming over to watch. My friend's coming over to watch it already, or else I would. But
Are you watching both nights with him?
fuck yeah.
Damn, you guys are legit.
yeah,
Maybe I'll have to come up
but-
to Big Tron's place or something.
I mean, it's always availability if you want to stop by, adult. But yeah. Also, speaking of Jason Kelce, what music do you think he's gonna come out to? Like what song? That's gonna be interesting to see
It's
because
got to
if
be
he
a
comes
big
out to
country
Toronto,
song from him.
What do you think he's
I
gonna
don't
come
know.
out
I
to,
mean-
Sean? What were you saying?
I mean, I know he likes country music, but I could see a nice little like
I think
just
it's Dreams and Nightmares, no doubt. Would
nah.
probably be it.
I don't. I think that's a little bit too excessive for him.
Lil
I
Wayne's
think-
going to be there. He is going to be there. Lil Wayne's going to be
yeah.
there.
But Stone Cold
honestly,
is gonna make an appearance. I heard.
what's that? What's that Travis Kelce song that he always sings? You got to fight
For
till you're
your
right.
Oh, by the Beastie
Keep
Boys.
Party. I could see that happening.
That's the
That's-
Beastie Boys.
Yeah, I could see that happening
Yeah.
for sure.
Uncultured.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he might have a different genres that he likes, but I don't know what song he would come out to. But I definitely think he will be there.
Tom, what are your thoughts on the whole situation?
I think he's got to lean into his retirement and just come out to Red Solo Cup.
Oh, I thought, boo! I thought you were gonna say he's not gonna make an appearance. I was about to boo
No,
your
he
ass.
is.
He's not gonna damage his back, Dutch. He just fucking retired. He's not gonna fucking get choke
No,
slammed.
no. I think that's even more reason for him
I'll
to
tell
go and
you
try to
what.
break his back.
Let's party.
But I think he's gonna come out to Red Solo Cup. I feel you up.
You can't come out to fucking Red Solo Cup in the WWE though. Like,
Oh
that
yeah,
would
you
be
can.
Nobody fucking
Toby
likes.
Keith, come on now.
Like, what are you gonna do? Get fucking fall asleep? Like, that's a good song, but that's like a vibe song. That's not like a.
No,
I
I understand. It fits his vibe though.
It does. He's gonna come out in flip flops. You're not wrong.
He's gonna come out in flip flops, jeans, a nice little Hawaiian shirt, and the Red Solo Cup.
So
And he's gonna chug a
Jason,
beer. in
Jason
the middle of the
Kelce could
stage.
come out to somebody just occasionally hitting the triangle, Dutch, and the place would go nuts though. Like let's just be honest. It really doesn't matter what he comes out to.
Yeah, that man could say anything, do anything. If he's wrestling, it's gonna break national media. That's the last thing I'll say about it, and we'll move on. So you can't. Can you gamble in the WWE? You can't, right?
No,
don't know.
because it's entertainment. It's not a sport.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
since
it's scripted.
It's all scripted. That's why.
damn it. Well, I was gonna say get your bets in. If your name is Isaiah Rogers for the WWE game this weekend, because this guy, just kidding, don't get your bets in, is finally back on the field. He served a 1-year suspension from the NFL after basically breaking the NFL's gambling policy. I don't know to what extent or what he was doing, but I know that he broke the NFL's gambling policy. Hence, dude's out for a year. Before that, the man could play football, though, hands down. Not only is he a pretty lockdown corner, he shut down Devontae Adams. He held Derek Carr to, I think it was a 52.1 passer rating. He's picked off Tom Brady. He had 3 picks. I think it was 2022, whatever Tom Brady's last year was. This guy is the second round of reinforcements that this cornerback room needs. This guy is the piece that the Eagles are going to look at like, okay, this is our development guy. This is the guy that is going to be our cornerback of the future. So I really, really like this signing by Howie. I think it's going to be one of his most underrated ones. But not only all of that, not only is he a great corner and the cornerback of the future for the Eagles, and I think he's going to be a multiple Pro Bowler, the dude's a freaking stud on special teams. He really can return the ball too. I mean, if you've seen some of these plays, some of these hurdles that he's made, this guy's going to fit right in Philadelphia. I will be interested to see how much they're going to utilize him on special teams just because I think he's going to be that valuable as a corner for the Eagles. But It's going to be fun to watch this guy play. Little player spotlight on Isaiah Rodgers for you guys.
Yeah, I saw some film on him, and that dude's a dog when he was at the Colts. So I'm excited. I saw some of his, workout videos, and this dude is, you know, he apologized for doing what he did. He knew he did it wrong. Like he should never done that anyway. But I mean, this guy is that missing piece. Could be that one of those missing pieces that we need on defense. And I really think this guy is gonna be, very helpful. Like Dalton said, the reinforcements we need because I mean, this kid can play, and I'm not sure how long he signed a contract for. But I'm excited, and the fact that he's been out of the league for a year, I think there's just going to be such a drive in his belly to perform well, and show the naysayers that he's back. So I'm really excited to see what this kid can do.
I'll be honest, until like a few weeks ago, I totally forgot we signed this guy last year. And then I saw some of his highlights and I got so excited. Dude can tackle, unlike Sly. Dude can cover, unlike Bradbury. He's gonna be a starter. He's gonna instantly be our best corner next year. He's probably gonna start opposite of Slay. Slay at least can lock somebody down still. Oh, Bradbury is just toast at this point. Yeah, he's going to be exciting to watch. Bradbury might be able to save himself if he can figure out how to convert himself to like a nickel corner. But other than that, like I'm very excited to see how this guy performs next year.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you think he's going to be next year? Like a full on 10, or would you say 9? Like realistically,
like a 7.
Okay, that's fair. So you think like next year he'll have a good year, and then maybe like the following year he could develop into a starter when we kind of want to offload one of these other guys.
Exactly.
Hey,
hit the nail on the head there, Dutch.
That's a win for me, brother. That's a win for me, brother.
Sean.
Oh my God, this is gonna be a thing. I'm loving it.
I think you guys covered the everything for Isaiah Rodgers, but yeah, I do think he's gonna be a pretty good player. I mean, I saw some of his highlights when he played for the Colts, and I mean, yeah, he could definitely be a stud. And it definitely won't hurt for this team to have another corner. And I think that in the draft they're gonna go out and get Kool-Aid with the first round pick. So. I mean, they're just loading up this secondary to be a Super Bowl team. But I mean, the Texans are definitely getting scary on the AFC side. Getting Stephon Diggs and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, really quick, before we get into Jack's trivia, let's just speak on that really quick. I mean, Jack, you didn't see that coming at all?
No, not at all. And I'm scared. They got some depth now, and you don't want to mess with Houston. They made it to the AFC Championship last year after having a first season coach, and they just built soldiers this offseason. They got CJ Stroud's going to be 10 times better than he was last year. They got who's the running back they have?
Joe Mixon.
Yeah, Joe Mixon. The receiving core is locked down. Like this Texans team is going to be scary, and you do not want to see this team in the playoffs.
And their defense is really, really good too.
Yeah,
it was honestly one of the fastest rebuilds I've ever seen.
And honestly, I kind of forgot that Stephon Diggs played for the Vikings. I was watching ESPN today, and I completely forgot his stint in Minnesota. Completely forgot.
You don't remember the NFC Championship game from the Eagles? And
that was all a blur. Like that was, yeah. So I was like, damn, I forgot he played there. But yeah, I mean, Stephon Diggs, he is a very great receiver, and I mean they have Nico Collins on the other receiving side, and their receiving core is just going to be scary next year. And I am not looking forward to seeing that team at all next year. Thomas.
We play the Texans too.
I'm not sure.
I'll look real quick.
But I know if we do, I was gonna say I don't think it's in Philadelphia.
Are there any games in Philadelphia? We got one move to Brazil. They're probably planning on moving another game to London.
Yeah, they got a game in your backyard upcoming too. They said it. They're selling season tickets to it.
So
Good.
the schedule for next year, obviously not dates. We got the Falcons, Panthers, Browns, Cowboys, Packers, Jaguars, Steelers, Giants, Commanders, Ravens, Bengals, Cowboys, Rams, Saints, Giants, Bucks, and then the Commanders. So
no
no.
Texans.
Yes, no Texans.
Good.
So I'm
Glad
we're
we
not putting
settled
them.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys know what time it's for?
What?
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dorden, the mayor of Delaware.
Personally, it's my least favorite part of the show. But...
Wow. Wow. I hate Ballpark Tommy. Just gonna say that now. This segment. Anyway, thank you to Tick Pick for the sponsorship of the segment. Like I said before, Phillies are back in season, baby. Bats are live. Buy your tickets through Tick Pick. No
Jack,
fees at all.
You never sent me the trivia.
It's in the fucking chat, buddy.
Yeah, I got, and then I had my technical difficulties.
Tom, it's an easy question.
So
You should be able to get this.
anyway, tonight's question we have for you, okay, Tommy? What
Go
team
ahead.
did John Kruk play for before going to the Phillies? A, Atlanta Braves, B, San Diego Padres, C, San Francisco Giants, or D, the LA Dodgers?
I just texted it to you, Dorden.
Okay. We will give your answer at the end of the show. I need your answer, Dalt.
I just texted in the group chat, so we will get to that in 1 second.
The only reason I'm very confident and I know this answer is because I have his rookie card.
Oh, well, there you go. Big Sean should know this then. I'm taking a wild guess. We'll see if we get in a second. But before we get into that, I was thinking about this last night. Sitting there pondering, deep in thought, Tom. Oh, God. Yeah, I was sitting in the podcast studio late at night, deep in thought. And I thought to myself, like I said earlier, this is a football city. But after last night, the Phillies are really, really making me sort of start to believe. I'm starting to have a different kind of fandom for the Phillies. Whoa, pause. What? No, not like that. What I'm saying is, I'm starting to wonder, is a World Series hold more value than a Super Bowl? Obviously, they're both championships. They should both be equal, but hear me out for a second. I'm obviously a football guy. You guys see I'm sitting in a green fucking room filled with Eagle stuff. However, I was thinking about it and I was like, when the Phillies are in the World Series, you get 7 nights of fun. You don't get one night. So there could be a night you lose, a night you win. And just because you don't win the battle doesn't mean you lose the war. That's kind of the cool part about the World Series. I also like it because thinking back on it, when the Phillies won in 2008 and last year too, it's like 2 weeks of goofing off. Like nobody's doing anything. Nobody's doing jack shit at work. Nobody's, and there's not a care in the world because the Phillies are in the World Series and everybody's united upon that. So it's no disrespect to the Eagles in the Super Bowl, but I am going to say a hot take, even though Haas isn't here. And I'm going to say that for me, a World Series, if I could pick right now, if you said, Dalton, you can have a World Series title this year or a Super Bowl 2 years ago, I easily would have said a Super Bowl. Right now, after what I saw last year, after thinking back on it, give me a World Series ring. Give me that awesome 2 weeks.
We already know Tommy's answer. No, we'll get to Tommy, but yeah, no, I think it's more important, worth more, I should say. I would rather see Phillies World Series because 2008 they haven't had anything since then, and the last 2 years have been just straight misery, losing in the World Series and losing in the NLCS, and I think they're very, very due. And when they get into Red October, they get hot, and it's time for them to start making a run for themselves. But yeah, so I'd rather see that because the Eagles have been obviously more recent championship, but still pretty long ago. Honestly, if you think back, 2017, not very close in
7
terms
years
of
ago.
years. Yeah, 7 years ago.
Holy
But
shit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. 7 years ago, it's pretty crazy. I was like 14, 15,
Jesus Christ.
something like that. It's crazy, but yeah,
Getting old.
yeah, I'd rather see Phillies World Series.
Go ahead, Doherty. You can go first.
Yeah. If we're talking about right now, in this moment, 2024-2025 season, honestly, I'm gonna go with awkward pause. A Super Bowl. Um because I just think this is Brandon Graham's last year, and seeing him get another one is just bittersweet. He's been in this team for 14 season, and getting him on his way out of the city to get a Super Bowl, I think that'd be huge. Granted, that's just me being biased because I am a Eagles football fan. I like the Phillies, but not as much as the Eagles. But again, we all said it. I think the Phillies are due. For one. It's been a long time. They've come up so close. And I think it's time that this city deserves another World Series. So with that, I think I'm still gonna go with World Series. Honestly, see what I did there? Kind of picked your brain a
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
fucking sound confused. Pick a fucking lane, motherfucker.
I was World Series, obviously. I was trying to confuse the shit out of you, and it did. It worked. So
you
anyway.
pick a World Series at the end of that.
Yes.
Oh my God. See, somebody's got to be different on this podcast. Tom, tell us why you obviously would pick a Eagles Super Bowl.
So I would pick a World Series. I think baseball's the harder sport. It's the hardest sport out of all sports. We already established that.
No.
Nope. Don't even get into it.
It's 7 nights, as you said, Dutch. It's 7 nights of going to battle, going to war, possibly. It's a storybook.
It's like fucking Hanukkah the way we keep talking about it. Like it's 7 nights.
It's 7 crazy
like a little kid
nights.
talking about Hanukkah.
As Adam Sandler told us. It's 7 crazy nights, as Adam Sandler told us. But like I just think like the whole lead up to a World Series, you have 162 games of just a grueling long season, and that leads up to this playoff system. And through the playoffs, you have to go on an absolutely Cinderella run and just to make it to the World Series. And things have to just fall your way. Like, I think a World Series is absolutely better. And that's what I personally would like. Now, Dutch, if you ask me the question, well, let's reframe this. I think you framed it a little differently than how the photo you have up, the graphic you have there necessarily leads on. And you framed it as what's worth more to you. But I think it's more, your graphic shows more what's worth more. And I would say if what's worth more to the city of Philadelphia, it's a Super Bowl. I as much as I'm a big baseball guy, even I admit Philadelphia is a football city first. So no matter what, 10 times out of 10, the Super Bowl is always going to be what's worth more to the city of Philadelphia. Now, if I go to another city in America, like let's say I go to St. Louis, where baseball, they live and die baseball in St. Louis. I go to New York, where the 27 rings are more important. Yeah, the World Series is leaps and bounds more important than a Lombardi trophy there. But in Philadelphia, it's going to be a Lombardi. It is more important. However, for me, it's still the Commissioner's Trophy in the World Series. I want the World Series. I wanted to be seeing those silver and gold flags flying above Bryce Harper's head at the beginning of November. I want Rob Manfred to be in pain that Philadelphia won something, because I know every commissioner hates Philadelphia, and I want to see that pain of Rob Manfred, the worst commissioner One of the worst commissioners baseball has ever seen.
Yeah, I like how you painted that picture with what's worth more to this city, and I would agree. The Lombardi Trophy definitely is coming Philly. It is a football town, but yeah, I mean, personally, I haven't seen it in a while. I was 9 years old last time we won. World Series trophies means a lot to me. That's all I got to say.
I would say this too. In the moment, give me the World Series title all day. Post feeling though, like after the title, give me a Super Bowl. There's no feeling like in the NFL being able to talk shit to Cowboys fans and the rest of those other fans. Like, fuck you. What'd you do this year? Not shit. We won the Super Bowl. Shut up. And maybe that's because people are not as passionate about the MLB. There are people that are passionate about the MLB before you get pissed at me, Tom, and come for my neck. I just think as a whole, America cares about football more. It's a more appealing sport to kids, stuff like that. So for me, I just think in the moment, give me the World Series because like Tom and I have said, 7 crazy days. But post feeling, if I can take that feeling for the rest of the year and bottle it up, it's a Super Bowl feeling. There was no feeling like that in 2018, the whole summer long, the whole off season, just knowing that we were the best team in the NFL, turning on Sports Center and always seeing them have to talk about the Eagles because you know that they fucking hate it and they can't stand it. That was what really meant a lot to me. So that's my take. Anybody else have anything else to say about this topic? Cool. Moving along now to our final topic of the night. Put your trivia answers in the chat if you guys haven't, fans, because...
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dorden, the mayor of Delaware.
Oh, God.
Thank you for that sponsorship. What are we doing, Dalton? So like I said, if you need to buy any Phillies tickets, use TickPick. No fees at all. Tonight's question we have for you is, what team did John Kruk play for before going to the Phillies? A, Atlanta Braves, B, San Diego Padres, C, San Francisco Giants, or D, Los Angeles Dodgers? And tonight's answer is San Francisco Giants.
No.
I'm fucking with you. It's the Padres.
There
Yes!
So
It was an April Fool's joke.
yeah,
Fucking back!
I didn't get to bring my April Fool's joke on Monday, so that was my joke. So from the team, everyone, Ash, Dalt, Sean, and Tommy got it correct. I didn't see any answers. Conrad Joseph got it correct too for the fans.
It's a clean sweep.
Clean sweep. Everyone's happy tonight. But yeah, that's your answer. We'll update the scoreboard next week. Make sure everyone is up to date with that. And I got nothing else. I mean, April 17th, be there, be squared at Klondike Kate's in the heart of Main Street for Philadelphia 302 Birds Autism Foundation fundraiser. So
This will be my first celebrity guest bartender night. So I'm very, very excited about it. And yeah, if you don't go, you're a loser.
That's security right there. There and there. You're looking at security.
You're just looking at security and maybe even a bartender for the night. So be ready.
It is 6 to 10. It's gonna be a great night. We may be going live from there since it's our podcasting night. But don't know if you want to hit anything else on that or not.
Yeah, I mean, like Jack, thank you for saying that. Pretty much took the words out of my mouth. Second annual Celebrity Guest Bartender Night, raising money for the Eagles Autism Foundation 2024 Challenge. Last year we raised, I think it was over $2,400 when all was said and done. So we put up some numbers last year. So we're trying to do the same thing this year. We're trying to bring out a crowd. We will have some raffle items, not as many as last year, just because things are expensive this year. But we're going to take care of you guys. We're going to have some tickets to a game that you guys can get. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. So if you're not doing anything Wednesday, April 17th, put it down in your calendars. Come drink, because the fellas and ladies are going to be serving up cold ones. Cheerleaders might be making an appearance. Philly Sports Guy is going to be in the house. Nady Bird, Club 215, KJ McCoy, Chaos Chris, all of them, a ton more. Birdman 215. The list goes on and on. You guys are not going to want to miss this event. So come out, come hang out with us. And other than that, that's all I got for you. Go ahead, Jack. Take it away.
Yes, thank you for everyone who watched this tonight. Without further ado, hey, Zach, it's an outro, not an intro. Hit that motherfucking outro.
We think about making it an intro, though, rather than an outro, Jack?
John Cook.
We should, because then it'll get everyone hype. Come in, guns blazing.
Woo! Josh is pressed.